Morning, we're up and at it early this morning. I've just been sat, just getting myself tuned into the day and just thinking about change and, people's had issues and concerns in their life and how they've moved on from it. And it's all experiences that we have, good or bad. We tend to feel it, don't we, in the body. Feeling happy about it, feeling anxious about it, feeling scared about it, feeling angry about it. And it's all to do with perceptions of belief and what we anchor to what we're thinking about and what we believe to be true to us. And then you have an experience from that. Again, some things are good, some things are bad. And I love trying to find the solution for myself to get me through my world, my reality, in a comfortablest way as possible, based on how I've lived my life in the past. Because the past can become now when we think about it, and then we can take that into tomorrow. But if we learn to not engage in past experiences, then we have a different now, then we've got a different tomorrow. I hope that makes sense. And I really believe there's some really good interventions out there. What can released, probably both the same, past experiences. So when we think about it, it's not overwhelming, over-consuming. It becomes less intense, if you like. Because a negative thought or a negative experience 10 times stronger than a positive experience. So we get hijacked by ourselves and we can stay in that experience, what might have happened 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I do believe that we can allow it to be less intense. So if we scale it on 1 to 10, and when we're thinking about it's a 10, I think we can get it down to what's more manageable. We can never take it away, but we can feel differently about it. If anyone ever says they can take it away, you can't. It's to do with how much you feel towards the experience. Again, on that scale, getting it down to a 1 is super manageable, where a 10 isn't. So, what interventions is there out there? NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. Neurons in your brain, linguistics, what you're saying to yourself, and you're programming yourself. There's cognitive behaviour therapy, thoughts produce feelings, feelings produce behaviours. There's breath work, what you can use. The outward breath, helping with anxiety. But going back to within NLP, we tend to relate things back to pictures. They're called submodalities, the pictures you see, the words that will connect to them pictures that you see. So if you change them and distort them, you get a different feeling. And the NLP model supports that through the thought feeling loop. Using anchors and triggers to be able to change your state, to be more mindful. Learning to get into that subconscious mind part of yourself. Because 95% of what we do is subconscious. We're just on automatic pilot. We have automatic thoughts. But the more time you spend in conscious awareness, and you get conditioned through your conscious awareness as growing up as an adult, from a child into being an adult, through repetition. And as you learn and grow, if there's emotional attachment, very strong emotional attachment connected to your experience of the world, it gets ingrained and gets locked in there. So if you meet a very good practitioner, they can support you to be able to break the chain from how it's got ingrained in there and show you how to do it. Maybe teach you some emotional freedom techniques. Buddhists sit with issues, sit with the concerns, sit with the energy, what comes from what they're thinking about, the uncomfortableness. Don't add to it, just to sit with it. It's a very powerful technique. But you can go on and on and on and on and on, because there's a lot of people out there who do lots of therapies, and I think it all has a place. Even for medication, you know, for some, it all has a place. It's working out what fits best for you. But I do think with persistence, people will find the right intervention to support them make some change. And it intrigues me, the mind. It intrigues me how we get stuck with certain beliefs. It intrigues me how we have limited beliefs. It intrigues me how we can use being angry to influence people to get your own way. To be sad to influence people to get your own way. You know, us as human beings, we can be quite complex and quite cunning towards ourselves and towards other people. And working in substance misuse and working through my own issues from years ago, it gives you a good understanding of yourself, obviously. And then we have similarities, don't we? And we can see patterns in other people of where you've been yourself, but then you can teach them people and discuss what's worked for you, and hopefully, you know, they can use some of that to get through their life a little bit easier, going from a 10 towards 1. Oh, this makes sense. What I'm really saying is, I believe people can make changes. They've just got to get what fits best for them, and the correct and the right information, and it's got to feel right. And with persistence, you know, they can break the chains. They can break the habit of being themselves. But it takes time, it takes persistence. Because when you want to change that uncomfortableness, for some it's easier to go to other aspects of themselves, maybe what they've done to mask that uncomfortableness, and that could be drugs, alcohol, food, whatever it may be. We're always looking for that comfortableness to get away from the uncomfortableness. We naturally want to do that, and we have to override that part of ourselves. There's lots of tools out there that can help us through the path. Thoughts for today.